Well, good morning. We're known for starting on time, so that's what we're going to do. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm Diane Marlin, Mayor of Urbana. I also want to recognize we have several Urbana City Council members here, Dennis Roberts and Bill Brown. Bill Brown also chairs the Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee. From Champaign, I have Council Member Will Kiles. Great, thank you for being here. And this just underscores the fact that this is a community-wide effort and community-wide project. I also would like to welcome Jane DeLuce from Visit Champaign County. And I think I saw a representative from Champaign County Chamber of Commerce, Garrett Hill. Thank you for being here. So I'm pleased to announce this morning that the Champaign County Regional Planning Commission has received funding to study the extension of the Kickapoo Rail Trail through the city of Urbana. This was identified as one of 6 mayor city council goals earlier this year, and I'm proud that we're able to advance this effort. The urban rail trail segment will connect Urbana neighborhoods, businesses, parks, the Carl Hospital campus, the University of Illinois. It'll contribute to recreation and tourism opportunities, enhance wellness and health, drive economic development, and contribute to the quality of life that supports community growth. And as with all transformative projects, this grant proposal represents broad-based collaboration among community stakeholders. And I'd like to recognize our partners in this effort today. The proposal was written by Rita Black and her team at the Regional Planning Commission. CEO Delitzo Solomayo will provide more details about the study itself in a few minutes. The Urbana Park District played a major role in promoting the concept and supporting the grant writing effort. Executive Director Tim Bartlett is here, and he'll discuss the impact of the trail. Carl Foundation Hospital, led by President and CEO Dr. Jim Leonard, provided the required 20% local match. So that's a contribution of $25,000 toward the total $125,000 grant. We thank Carl for that. UIUC Chancellor Robert Jones is with us today. He'll offer perspective on how this rail trail will enhance connectivity between the campus and the community, and he's also an avid bicyclist, and I saw him I heard that he rode into town a few weeks ago, so as part of a fundraising effort. And I'd like to thank the City of Urbana staff in Public Works, in planning and economic development for the leadership they've played to date in this project and the support that they'll play going forward over the next couple of years as this study gets underway. Finally, I want to note that we are building on the efforts of the Champaign County Forest Preserve District, the many hours and efforts made by our elected officials and the generous individuals and organizations who brought the KRT to life between Urbana and St. Joe. The district opened the first rural segment of the KRT last fall, and they're working to construct the next segment eastward to Kickapoo State Park. And today, Sarah Livesey, who's the Vice President of the Forest Preserve Board of Commissioners, is here and will also speak. And finally, we are very grateful for the vision and persistence of an organization called Heartland Pathways and the efforts of the CCDC, Champaign County Design Corporation, who worked on this trail for over 20 years to make it a reality. I'm hoping and I know that this next segment is not going to take 20 years because I want to be around to see it. But we can't emphasize enough how much we owe these early visionaries who just didn't give up on making this trail as a reality. So I'm going to turn the program over to the Regional Planning Commission, and Delitzo can fill you in on what's next for us here.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, we're very pleased to announce the award from the Illinois Department of Transportation. These are federal dollars that we applied on behalf of several partners in our community, beginning with the City of Urbana, the Urbana Park District, Carl Foundation Hospital, the Champaign County Forest Preserve, and many others. The funding itself will take effect August of this year. And this will be for purposes of conducting a planning study of looking into providing a bicycle and pedestrian facility that extends the Kickapoo Rail Trail from its current terminus in eastern Urbana near Weaver Park by Main Street to the Lincoln Avenue in Urbana. There'll be several components of this planning initiative, beginning with a project coordination. There'll be some data collection and research that will be done. We'll look into alternatives, development and evaluation, and then finally documentation, which hopefully will be released sometime in 2020. Again, I also do want to recognize Rita Black and her team for working on putting this application together to the Illinois Department of Transportation, and we're looking forward to working with the numerous partners in our community to make this a reality. Thank you.
Now pass it over to Tim Bartlett, Executive Director of the Urbana Park District.
Thank you, Diane. Just a brief message to say thanks to all the staff for all the hard work that they did on pulling things together. You know, our group has been planning for a couple of years trying to get Urbana connected, and I think we're now seeing the results and success of that. Also want to thank our elected officials. One of our commissioners, Roger Diggs, is here, thanking him and all the commissioners' support. I did want to mention it takes a lot of patience for elected officials and staff to work on rail trail things. You know, it's just a slow-moving train, no pun intended. But we hope with good work and good focus we'll see results. Obviously, Diane mentioned the benefits. The number one benefit in our mind is getting Urbana to be a trail town. There's so many great things, a way to bring people to us, a way to get our local residents connected back and forth across the community. Certainly benefits for local businesses, our tax support, and just fun and the environment. So creating greenways has a lot of benefits. Thank you, and we're excited to be a part. Mr. Jones?
Well, let me, first of all, I want to disconnect the microphone here, so maybe I'll step over. But let me start by also welcoming each and every one of you here today, and thank you for being here. But want to start, first of all, by congratulating the mayor and her entire team for this very innovative, game-changing idea that we're very, very excited about. And like to thank all of the agencies that have been mentioned for the critical role that they played in bringing this critically important project to fruition. And of course, like to thank the other anchor institution in this town, Carl and Jim, for their leadership and their continued investment in this community. This is another example of that transformative investment by providing the local match that really makes this project possible. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that this is another example of the critical role that Carl plays in advancing our community. I think you all know that if it had not been for this type of partnership and innovation, we would not have had the opportunity to welcome our first 32 medical students to the Carl, Illinois College of Medicine last week. Another big game changer and important event in our community. So we're very, very excited to be part of this. And as you heard, I won't say that I'm an avid or really dyed-in-the-wool bicycle rider. Let's just say that I survived 77 miles about a month ago. And and I'm personally very excited about this Kickapoo Trail because now it can become my training ground for the years ahead when I promised to ride all the way from Indianapolis all the way to Champaign. So my daughter and myself are in training for that. We may not do it next year, but I think this trail is going to be part of the way that I can do my training in a very safe and flat, yeah. And I heard the wind is blowing in the right direction as well. One way. But this is critically important asset to our community, and so I'd just like to thank all that are involved because what I'm excited about is the fact that this trail really is another way of connecting the region, and particularly the region from Danville to this community, directly connecting it to the University of Illinois. And this expansion on this last leg is a critical part of that. Because I think you all know we value the role that we play in Urbana-Champaign. We value the role that we play in the region, and this is another good way that we can connect more seamlessly with the region. So this innovative idea is just another example of why this is one of the fastest growing community in the state. And so it's another way of continuing to bring distinction and another way of improving the quality of life, Mayor, in this vital community, and we're glad to be a part of it, and we look forward to supporting you and your agencies in the city in this effort in the months and the years ahead. And again, congratulations to you all.
It's the beginning. Dr. Leonard, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, I'm not official, so I would just like to thank Mayor Marlin. We sat down in the spring of 2017 after an election, and this was on her list, and it was number one on the list. And if we moved ahead, if this opportunity came forward, would Carl be willing to partner around this study? And my answer was yes, and thank you for giving us that opportunity. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. Sarah, would you like to?
On behalf of the Forest Preserve, we again extend our thanks and congratulations in this partnership. We are so pleased, and I think we may have the advantage just that we already have this wonderful property out there that we get to see every single day. And personally, as a St. Joseph resident, I get to visually see this on a day-to-day basis. And it is not just the recreational cyclist out there. I have seen young children take their training wheels off for the first time on the trail last week. I've seen neighbors come home from Carl recently from a heart surgery, and they are now doing rehab out on the trail, walking their first steps again. And so no matter the age, no matter the ability, the Kickapoo Rail Trail has offered so many opportunities already to this community. So I just can't wait to see. I know we all can't wait to see what's next. And thank you for making that happen, all of you.
Well, it's very hot, and we'll wrap this up, and then I guess we're going to be breaking up into smaller groups for the media to ask questions. But one group of individuals that I haven't recognized yet is our business community, and some of them are pioneers in this part of town. Alan Strong, who owns Silver Creek and the Courier Cafe, starting in 1980. He took a chance on this part of Urbana, and it's worked out very well, and now he's got a front door view onto the Kickapoo Rail Trail extension. Mike Hosier has made a lot of investment in this part of the community as well, with the 25 O'Clock Brewery and the old Gill building, and again, that kind of vision and leadership is what we need to bring the development and the growth and amenities to this part of the trail. And we've got a great start on that. The city invested about $9.5 million in Boneyard Creek Crossing, and it was designed to do exactly what's happening here today, to stimulate interest and growth of amenities and opportunities. And so it's all coming together, and it's great to see. So thank you very much for being here. See you on the trail.